Resident Evil.
Alrighty, good evening, every folks. I can't assume that there's going to be too many people here for this kind of thing, but this was actually originally going to be a completely different stream. And, well, then I had a few technical issues. Well, I say technical issues. It's more like several hours ago. I meant to have the Vita set up and ready to go in order to go do a Tactics Ogre One Vision
Outbreak.
stream. Now,
Round
that
2.
ended up getting sidelined a little bit due to the fact that I accidentally left the thing on in my pocket for like 2, 3 hours. After which I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go put this thing to charge. After which I kind of didn't realize that my daughter wanted to go play some Stardew Valley, and instead of using the phone version that I got her, she thought the button version was cooler. So, yeah, the thing was totally drained by the time that I actually got around to doing this whole thing. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this thing now. Now, I did realize that apparently, okay, a little bit of a funny story when it comes to the original saves. Like, I have a lot of my original PS2 saves, but when it comes to this one, that was probably one of my most regrettable random I'm sure and any of y'all have had those moments where you're just like going through and you're just selling off old stuff that you thought you didn't use. So most of the time, I had used one or two different memory cards for all kinds of different things. There was one memory card in particular. I never realized that I was actually always saving to it. Nice, like one of those see-through blue ones with a little black circle on it. For some reason, and I don't know why, I always ended up keeping my Outbreak saves on that one, and then just never transferred it to the other ones, or maybe I thought I did. I have no friggin' idea. But that was one hell of a face in the hands moment upon getting all the very hard modes unlocked, getting all of the infinite modes unlocked and everything, and it was like, oh man, I'm gonna go back to it, and then I'm looking through all my old memory cards, like, oh, hey, there's that one that I randomly sold for like $5 because I thought I didn't need it because I thought it didn't have anything on it. So yeah, good times. Anyway, so we're gonna be re-unlocking some stuff. So yeah, I have a few of the old NPCs here unlocked, but there's a lot of things that are still locked up on this one. So anyways, seeing as it's supposed to be St. Patrick's Day, off the top of my head, the only one that I can think of that has some green on their look is Carl, the random umbrella rent-a-cop. So we've got that. Now, for anyone that's potentially joining in on this thing, that's potentially only been here for any kind of Tactics Ogre stuff or whatever else. Basically, Outbreak is that one time that Resident Evil just decided to become weirdly unfair. so, so they tried to do this whole online survival thingy at a time when online basically didn't exist. Well, I mean, it existed, in terms of you could go on AOL or go watch some Hopester Runner cartoons or something. But in terms of, trying to do the whole live service thing, which granted this was like a couple decades before live service, but either way, trying to do this whole always playing online thing at a time when nobody even had a freaking connection, and on the PS2 of all things, not even on the Xbox or something, certainly took balls. But it certainly didn't get them sales. But they did end up making 2 out of the 3 games that they planned, so I guess that's something. Really fun games though. Like personally, these are definitely as far as Resident Evil goes, I think these are probably my favorite. Okay, so right off the bat, we're gonna go ahead and leave that handgun there. We're gonna go ahead and leave those bullets there. I actually kind of preferred using this dude in many cases because he actually comes with the first aid instead of the extra Magnum rounds. For those that don't know what's going on, by the way, in this one, the idea is you have 3 people, they're separated out in a particular scenario, and you're supposed to all ideally meet up, but solve various puzzles, survive basically endless zombies and such, along with other things, and then attempt to live through the scenario. Also, attempt not to die by random birds and such, because these birds are assholes, and they just sort of pop up from off screen and make your day worse. But yeah, no. So this is we're starting off with how am I forgetting my favorite scenario here? So Yeah, sorry, a little bit brain dead today, but we're starting off with Desperate Times. This is the one I've always done the most. I always really like this map the most. Um, it's basically the RE2 police station, but it's a little bit before all the events of all that stuff, and the scenario itself makes no sense because they're like, we put all these nerve gas sprayers all over the police station. This is not a problem whatsoever. And yeah, that's why we have to keep these giant cans of like protein powder around in order to go spray them in the air in order to neutralize those rooms because they become poisonous to us but do nothing against the zombies. Way to go, RPD there. Now, as far as ideal characters for this, many of the cast will completely screw you over if you bring them along here. But seeing as this is one of the ones that basically requires a gigantic, dramatic gunfight at the end, it's best to bring along all of your kind of Kevins and Marks and associated variants of those. Um, just to make sure that everyone's got at least one gun on them at all times. Seeing as in this one, you're oftentimes using improvised weapons, or just fighting unarmed, or just trying to get through without ever hurting anything. Period. Come to think of it, how does a no damage clear even work for this scenario? I never actually tried that. Because yeah, you do get additional points for like taking no damage and doing no kills and stuff like that. Oh, hi there, Mr. Cow. Apparently you're showing up for all the PS2 stuff. But yeah, no, I don't know how a no-kill would even work on this particular scenario, because at the very end you have to, like, kill at least 30 zombies, and I think it's 30? I think it's, like, 20 for normal, 30 for hard, like, what is it, like, 50 for very hard or something? I don't know. Um, Honestly, a lot of the requirements are kind of up there for a lot of things. Like, if you don't know where you're going, most of these scenarios, especially even on normal, are just not really necessarily that realistic. So, like, a lot of times you're just definitely not completing them first time. Um, let's go ahead and slowly walk past this guy. At least knock him down. There we go. Most of the stuff you don't like, you definitely don't even want to go out of your way to try and kill stuff. Seeing as you just simply don't have the ammo for it. Where they're like, here you go. Here's like 2 magazines and some oregano. It's like, what are you? How are you planning to go beat the zombie horde? Like, get creative, basically. Okay. Also, I don't know why they have a thing over there that just says stomach, but whatever. Anyways, we'll go ahead and take his. Basically, this guy has a locker in this location, which is why there's a extra magazine there. And we'll go ahead and replace this near completely useless key over here with the handgun rounds and get out of here. The way that you kind of run Desperate Times is that you try to pick up a few high-powered weapons, as well as many pistol bullets as you can find. You usually will not actually have time to reload your guns at the very end of the scenario. Gonna go ahead and pretend to grab that thing for iframes. We'll pretend that that wasn't an accident. But yeah, so on normal here, since again I'm trying to like redo all of my unlocks and such. On normal, you basically have a Magnum that will be available at the... Oh, wait, we're just going to get blown up if we do that. Buddy, what are you doing? Well...
Over here.
Anyways, yeah, let's... Just use that, please. Accidentally detonated my dude. Oh, after just lambasting him for not doing that. And yes, Resident Evil Outbreak, exactly. So if you've never played these are just a weird little subset of Resident Evil on the PS2. Definitely my favorite of the series. They're just wild games. Like, they're the purest form of survival horror in the series as far as I'm concerned. And generally speaking, they're considered near unplayable in single player as compared to being absolutely excellent online, but I don't want to play the Japanese version and generally have not had much interest in playing it online. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. They were doing this. See, I remember playing this when it was released online. It was a terrible experience. Well, I mean, again, at the time, the internet barely existed. I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah, like, I wish they would remake this. I'm not making a joke when I say that this is actually my favorite of the series. Like, I love the idea that they did here. It was released badly. Don't get me wrong, but like, in general, the ideas here were really, really cool. Shoot. Well, here, you know what? Pick this up, use it. This is what I mean. You got to use the weird protein fart gas to go clear out rooms because they decided to poison their parking garage of all things. Makes total sense, guys. Way to go, way to go. But yeah, I would have loved to see a modern re-release of this. Like, just put this mess on Steam. Like, that would just be an easy day one purchase. Because yeah, the idea is really cool. Because if you like survival horror, it's probably the most pure survival horror of the classic Resident Evil games. You got the same old like, you know, Resi 1, 2, and 3 type of gameplay, but at the same time, your resources are way more scarce than the other games. The characters play very differently. Um, if I could get this guy to not do that, that'd be great. Yeah, sometimes you gotta like wait for his entire animation to finish to actually get your headshot bonus on that pistol, and some zombies are just too fast for it. It could definitely use some tweaks, that's for sure. But yeah, in general, the idea is really cool because again, all the characters play differently. Every one of the scenarios really makes you interact with all the systems in it. Every one of them has different ways that they can be done and whatnot. Let's see, Mario Maker, Resident Evil without player-made content. I mean, it would be that would be really cool if they had kind of something like that here. All right, give him the file here. It's weird. A lot of this feels weirdly alien because I keep thinking like I need to go back and revisit the dog kennel to go get the other plate. But I'm thinking of hard and very hard. The dog kennel, which to be fair, completely cutting out the dog kennel as well as the morgue room for normal is probably a solid choice. Yeah, those rooms just completely screw you over. Also, if you're wondering why I'm randomly chewing down healing items, they stop your virus gauge for a little bit because you're constantly dying. That's the kennel, by the way. You have to sit here kicking down the door for like 10 minutes if you actually need to access that room. So that's fun. Which that key that I picked up earlier is supposed to, I believe that opens up that door. And otherwise, you have you have to get a different key elsewhere, which is kind of dumb. Let's see, ever play Lifeline, the PS2 game where you have to control it with your voice commands? I have not. I've heard a lot about it, but I've never played it in particular. Let's see. Yeah, you, sir. Take these bullets. There we go. Go ahead and take this. Go ahead and use this thing for a little bit more time. We'll go ahead and take this, because lower our virus gauge. I believe that's the better score we get at the end. And we're after points. Dang it. I have a lot of the costumes unlocked, and there is a glitch that you can use to basically multiply your points several times over, but you have to have at least the minimum value of a certain thing in order to get it. So, like, as soon as you get to 50,000, you get everything. But realistically, you can just get to, like, 10, unlock almost everything, and then from there, it's just all finding random stuff. Because these scenarios are really, really replayable. A lot of them have little interactions that just can vary up how they end up playing out. If you save certain characters, you can unlock them later on in the other mode there. What am I saying, other mode? You can basically unlock them for the purposes of their costumes and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just cool stuff. So, I don't know why I left my magazine over there. I should have left it over here. Whatever. But yeah, no, I've seen a playthrough of Lifeline. I've never played that one personally. Like, at the time when I still had my original PS2 and whatnot, it was like basically all let's see, first games that I got were this weird Frogger game, Final Fantasy X, and then what was the other one? That was, oh yeah, Sly Cooper, right? So played the hell out of that. Then a little while later, ended up getting Armored Core 2, 3, Nexus, Last Raven. Didn't even know about Ninebreaker for a good while after that, which is a shame because I would have loved the hell out of that game. Like, Nexus completely bounced me off the series for a while because I didn't, like, my stupid kid brain did not understand the heat mechanics whatsoever. But yeah, so yeah, I had played the hell out of some Armored Core. Let's see. All the GTA games, but everyone had all the GTA games, of course, as you'd expect. Was absolutely obsessed with MGS2 for a while. So had that. Not many times you'd play a stealth game for a skateboarding minigame, but you know, is what it is. And then yeah, RE Outbreak, funnily enough, was one of these bizarro cases where I repeatedly ended up picking this up, picking up File 1, File 2, returning them to the store, trading them for Resident Evil 4, returning Resident Evil 4, trading them for this, because I had a store that was like within walking distance, and I only I couldn't really afford to buy new games, so I just kept trading them out over and over. But yeah, no, I love these games so much. Like, don't get me wrong, they're unreasonably difficult in a lot of cases. If you don't know what you're doing, they will absolutely screw you over. Like, right now, this scenario, if you don't know what you're looking for, is near completely, like, incompletable here. Like, let's say with this guy, right? It doesn't really give you too many hints that you're supposed to be looking for these plates. Okay, and even once you figure out what you're looking for as far as these plates go, where the hell are they all located? Well, you've got about 10 minutes before the place is completely uninhabitable to the point that you don't even have enough ammo to actually get anywhere. So, in under 10 minutes, you're supposed to work out that this note over here happens to have whatever randomized combination is there, so 2236. We know that there's a shotgun shell over there in the left drawer, but we're not going to take it because the shotgun's a bit inconvenient to get a hold of. We're going to go ahead and take this because it's going to buy us a little bit more time. That guy can trade you a few different things for a few different guns in different scenarios, but we're not going to bother with any of that. Later on, there will be a film roll that ends up dropping from a guy that gets his neck bitten out. That would be Marvin from RE2. Yeah, we're not going to bother taking that film roll down to the guy that wants it because it's a little bit too long of a walk. Anyways, instead we're going to take that code over here. We're going to remember to grab the unicorn medal. And whatever, we're just going to eat that pill because space. So, we're going to go ahead and take this. And we have plenty of dudes with at least decent weapons. So the final kind of last stand here should be fine. But right now, we're going over here. Going over to a door to then open up a safe. Actually, no, we're going to save the safe for now. Here, do I have any of those? Nope. But I do have one of these, and that is basically the same thing for right now. Shoot. Well, I forgot about her. Bam. Alright, still have one round left. So, as a result, she gets up. 3, 2, 1. And she's gone. Okay. So, we'll go in here and reload this gun now. I guess we'll pick up the plate while we're at it, because we've got to grab it one way or another. The main downside that I was hoping to avoid going in this direction was that there's a little bit of backtracking you can potentially avoid, but whatever. We'll go ahead and reload this thing. You got to reload your guns one bullet at a time, which is why we won't have time to reload during the big fight later. Because, stuff gets difficult. And that's why on the highest difficulties, it can get a little bit intense. Because if you don't have a bunch of, here, do we have Iron's Liquor? Yes. Improve our score a little bit by taking that. I forgot what the code is for that one. Here, let's see.
Hey, you!
Forget it. I'm not going to bother with all that. Let's see. Bullets. Pick up some of those for later. You need to give me that one.
Hey, you!
Because I would prefer you to use this thing instead. Here. And then you also need to take this. There we go, and they'll be here any second. Pop. There we go. And we'll take this other handgun over here. All this inventory juggling is part of why this game didn't necessarily get that popular. Personally, I find it kind of interestingly immersive because a lot of the stress of the game comes from just managing your very, 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 very limited resources. Like, by the time you get to very hard, they're like, there's 2 bullets for the hunting rifle in the entire zoo, and here is a stick. Figure it out. It's funny. Let's see, no one bashing down the door this time. Goody goody. This means that this spot should be relatively easy to get through. In fact, is it worth switching over to the Magnum? Probably not. Dang it. Well, here. Take this thing. Eat that thing. Okay, I'm not sure why I'm having a little bit of lag, but this gas... Well, I say that. This gas actually caused a little bit of control lag, which is awesome. I love this mechanic. Okay. So. This way, go this way. There's another one over here. Shoot on that to delay the timer a little bit. Because you're basically getting completely gassed up as soon as this stuff is on here. Stick good? Stick's okay. Shoot. You know what? Just use it. One way or another, we gotta get in this room. There's a chance one of the NPC buddies will go into this room, but I don't know. If they do, that saves a little bit of inventory space, otherwise I might have to ditch something. Like that magazine, possibly. Which would be a little bit of a bummer, but we'll manage. Yeah, that leaves a lot of ammo here, unfortunately. Dang it. Alright, whatever. We'll have to deal. Bit of a bummer, but we'll deal. Played this when it first came out? Same. Well, I guess technically not when it first... I don't know when this came out. Because let's see. Let's see. I played it originally. Oh, by the way, if you go to that window, instant death. Okay, not there apparently. Usually, somebody bursts through this door and fights you here, but I guess not. But let's see. There was RE4 that came out, and I remember like seeing all the ads and like stuff on like G4 TV or whatever for RE4 when it first came out, and it was, you know, like just the hypest thing ever at the time, and remains to this day. But I remember seeing all of that. Didn't get a hold of that one for ages afterward. But well, let's see. Let's see. It was like 2 or 3 years after RE4 came out that I ended up playing this. I don't know if that's when it first came out, but I know both 1 and 2 existed, so can't have been that far apart. Also, this entire run has been extraordinarily scuffed, but at this point, we'll now go back and collect all of that missing ammo from before. So, G4 didn't understand Lesser Raven. Dude, G4 barely understood anything besides gun go boom. But it was at least entertaining to watch. The one time that I saw that they actually surprisingly understood something that I was expecting them to completely just... like 100% take a crap on, was Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2. Like, how is it that they loved FFTA 2 and they could never understand a single Armored Core game? Like, you see the Disgaea and like FFT line reviews from back in the day, and they're just glowing. Oh shoot, I just keep missing really obvious zombies here because of reasons. But yeah, then they get to Armored Core and like, oh my god, it's just like the slowest and most boring thing ever. How dare they make me use brain cells? Like, why? Why did that not carry over? It seems like it would. Also, to briefly explain what's going on here right now, the reason that I'm going back is because as soon as a certain timer goes off here, everyone will be teleported outside. So basically, they're calling everybody to run outside to do the last big stand there. Because you're waiting for the lady cop to pop back. Oh, for God's sake, again with the gas. Seriously? Well, we're gonna have to burn through this, I guess. Please go away, gas. Spent all that time earlier trying to avoid the virus meter. Now I'm just getting gassed up like crazy. See, lots of gaming journalists didn't understand Monster Hunter either. Yeah, fair enough. Actually, Monster Hunter is why this game exists. for those that did not know. But yeah, this originally, like, they had Capcom was doing a thing where they're like, okay, we basically need a couple of suggestions here on a game. You know, we want to have like a thing where you go between rooms and between zones, and you're trying to go and explore and do the whole multiplayer thing. And we want to make it so that potentially, potentially we can do a Resident Evil one, or we can make it a Monster Hunter thing. We can try another thing. And so that's ultimately how we wound up with Monster Hunter and Resident Evil Outbreak. And Monster Hunter did well, and Resident Evil Outbreak certainly did not. Which is a shame, because they really did try here. Alright, so I guess we're swapping the handgun ammo for a shotgun. The input lag gas brings authentic early internet experience to single player, how it's meant to be played. Yeah, dude, honestly, as much as people hate the really, like, obscenely dumb AI here, I love it. Like, I know it's like a weird take and whatever, but I genuinely love the stupid AI in this game. Because it'll get itself killed in the dumbest ways. Like, it'll just say, like, oh, they're 1 second, they're managing to hold off 10 guys with, like, a broom and a freaking bowling pin or some shit, and then, 2 seconds later, they just go onto a ledge, get eaten by a bird, and instantly die. Just like, why do you go there? Take care of the bird first. Anyway. So we should be good here, hopefully. Realistically, if we wanted to hyper-optimize, I probably should go and replace this pistol with the shoddy shells. Yeah, it's got 11 rounds left. Here, you know what? Here.
Excuse me. Hey!
Man, this...
Hey, you!
I don't know why this dude sounds so flamboyant, but whatever. Here, we'll go ahead and use this. We'll equip the shoddy.
Hey, you!
And then go pick up the shoddy shells. Like, usually I don't pick this up, but I did screw up so many things that we're kind of just playing it safe now, because this is just a few steps away from being very quick death on the last stand, otherwise. So we'll just pick up the shells. Should have just a few seconds to get outside, and then we can get this thing on the road. Alright. Let's see, playing online with actual people back in the day was super difficult as well. I don't believe there was any real way to communicate. Nope. You had this.
Get going!
Also, I don't know why Mr. Carl over here is just
Get going! Yes!
apparently the most flamboyant Umbrella agent ever, but either way, that's just kind of what they decided to go with. Yeah, this dude was picked because he's got a green vest for St. Patrick's Day, by the way. Anyway, yeah. So... actually, we'll go ahead and start off with the Magnum. I have another magazine over there on the right. Actually, I think what we'll do is go ahead and pick up my magazine, replace it with that, and we should be good to go. And then once this fight's over, this is like the end of the scenario. This is why I like this one, because it ends with a just ends with a dramatic gunfight, as opposed to a lot of them which end in, like, here's a boss. You failed to you failed to dodge or predict their one attack that swept you on the ground, and there was no ally to put you back up on your feet. I guess you're dead now. What a bummer. That was an hour wasted. Never played this Resident Evil. It's surprisingly fun. If you appreciate weirdly specific mechanics and, like, focusing on, I guess, just kind of slow immersion over actually good design, then you'll love it. But yeah, it's genuinely questionably designed, but it's got some really great elements, and it's always been my favorite Resident Evil game. Even though I have something that I hate about almost every level. So, alright, so... Oh, well, that went well. Cool. So, I'm in danger. Not sure why auto-aim is being really weird right now. But... let's go switch over to this. Yeah, this team is generally what I would end up going with back in the day. So I'm trying to basically remake my kind of 100% save from back when, or 100% enough save, I guess. Whoops, I ended up picking up the wrong thing. Alright, there we go. Back in business. This dude's fast, so we're not even gonna try. Getting all my inputs wrong. Alrighty. Now that I managed to thoroughly mess up everything. Over there. I'm not sure why auto-aim decided to re-aim for the wrong thing there. Stop! Aim for the guy that I'm trying to... Like I said, questionable elements. And also why I don't generally like using the shotgun. Alright, we're good. There's 3 of you. Do all you need ammo? Now, yes, every bullet that you use does actually get used up. But we're only playing on normal right now. This is like one of the easiest scenarios, and it still can easily go wrong very quickly. Dear Marvin! All those zombies will magically disappear until they remake the game, like, over a decade later. Low-key, an update or remake of this game would be real cool. What low-key? Dude, I would love a remake of this game. It's like, if I could make one remake exist, this would definitely... Let's see. Of remakes that I would 100% want to see, like, all of early 3rd Gen Armored Core, like, just immediately would be the first choice. Then you got, like, Night of Lotus, only because I feel like Night of Lotus is still generally pretty accessible, because everything can run a Game Boy emulator, but those two are very closely tied. And then, like, Resi Outbreak right after that. Legend of Dragoon? Yeah, also pretty awesome, true. I feel like it's at least available, is the thing. Like, at the very least, very least, it's at least available on modern consoles. When it comes to RE Outbreak, even if they just ported it as is to, you know, like PS4, PS5, whatever, or Steam or anything, it would at least be something, as opposed to the current absolutely nothing that this game got. They keep trying to, like, unremake it with things like that, like REverse or whatever the hell it was, or whatever that thing that they basically cancered onto the RE3 half remake. But yeah, no, it's weird. Let's see, either a remake of Ogre Battle 1 or an Episode 8 game. Yeah, I would love to see a March of the Black Queen remake, but I don't know how they would necessarily go about that. I feel like it would end up being a totally different game. I almost would kind of prefer that just to be ported with tighter controls or something. But Ogre Battle 64, man. Oh, I would love to see that coming back. But what can you do? Alright, what do we feel like doing next? Let's see, Wildcard Potato Stream. Wait, this isn't Fell Seal? No, but there's still lots of exorcism going on. It's just, you gotta cast Magnum every time. Make it like Unicorn Overlord? Yeah, and, like, that's the other thing. That's the other reason that's, like, officially, I don't know if anyone saw that Matsuno tweet, but that's pretty much officially why we haven't seen an Ogre Battle remake, where he's like, just, look, we got Unicorn Overlord now, like, let go of the past. This game's amazing. I'm not sure it can do better. So there's that. But yeah, no, I'd love that. Alright, so, currently, our options, so for those that are just joining, we're basically trying to, more or less, kind of just run the scenarios in order to get all of the unlocks going. So we're a few playthroughs of different scenarios away from getting what I was hoping to unlock, which is just all of the stick characters, all of the extra scenarios, and all of that sort of thing. So we did Desperate Times, that was the police station. What are we feeling next? Zoo, Subway, or serial killer in a forest? What are we feeling? Let's see. That's a stance on it, so be it. I mean, basically, that seemed like what it was. Zoo? Okay, we got one vote for Zoo. Who else is saying Zoo? Okay, we got one for zoo, one for serial killer. I mean, I don't know what else he would put it as. And canonically, the serial killer that, let me remind you, will gladly take like 20 magnum bullets to the frickin' dome and survive every time. He's just an old man in a hood. I don't know why he's so durable, but, you know. Okay, well, that's 2 votes for Zoo. We'll give that a few more seconds, see if there's anything else happening. And we'll go from there. It also helps that I at least remember how to complete Wild Things. I do not remember jack shit about Flashback. So there's that. I hate Flashback. So you're trying to get clips for content. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Flashback, as I recall, is not actually that complicated, but it has so many weird potential outcomes. Actually, come to think of it, I think the bridge ending counts as... I think the bridge ending is actually allowed for the purpose of unlocking hard mode. Because right now we're trying to complete all the scenarios on normal in order to unlock hard, then you complete them on hard to unlock very hard, and then once you complete very hard, I think that's how you get infinity, I can't remember. But again, I'm just trying to remake my 100% save from a while ago. But it looks like there's lots of votes for Zoo, so Wild Things it is. Alright, so people, here's your choices. Basically, we have all these characters and then NPC variants of them. I'm like my default go-to is like a NPC variant of Mr. Kevin here because he starts with a Magnum, which also means that you can also command your second character to also be a second copy of Kevin who also starts with a Magnum. And then you also start with Mark who starts with a handgun, which means you have 3 guns immediately from the very start. So a lot of your kind of firepower issues go away. To give you an idea of what all these variants do, you've got Kevin. He's the best. He's the guy that comes with a Magnum. He comes with a sidekick, and he's very fast. You've got Mark. He's an ex-Marine, basically really good with melee weapons, and comes with a regular handgun. You've got Jim. He falls flat on his face. Surprisingly, he's one of the best characters in the game for this reason, because that falling on his face move is basically an instant dodge against everything. You've got George and all his variants. He's the doctor. He heals everybody. He comes with a gun that heals people. I don't understand anything of how his mechanics work. You've got David, the second best character as far as I'm concerned. Comes with a variable pile of wrenches depending on how long the scenario is that are basically also a Magnum, but he just can't really refill them outside of a couple of scenarios. Dude also duct tapes together various weapons in order to make improvised stuff. He's the only way that you can actually get a spear in the game by duct taping together, I believe it was a knife and a stick. You get Alyssa. She gets to unlock things. Usually just have her as a second character and all those things magically unlock for you. You got Yoko here and her variants. She's got double the inventory of space of anybody else. And you've got Cindy, who basically also has expanded inventory and also just it only serves for herbs. So she can basically stack I think an infinite amount of herbs. Also, she doesn't have a melee attack. She just sort of cowers in fear. So yeah. So yeah. Let me know. Those are all their variants. Let's see who we have unlocked so far. So all these different variants. Carl's the one that we used last time. The ultra flamboyant umbrella agent there, just because he wore green. I don't know who else wears green. I think Bob doesn't, because he's also a rent-a-cop. So Gil and Danny, I think, are the firefighters. Let's see. Will and Peter, I have absolutely no idea. I think one of them's like a zookeeper or something. Let's see, what secret characters did this game have? It has all of the NPCs from every one of these scenarios, as well as some others that technically showed up in other games. Like, I'm forgetting his name right now. But the guy that basically gets bisected by the tyrant in Resident Evil 2, the reporter guy, I believe he's one of the David variants, if I recall correctly. But yeah, he's really freaking good, actually. Some of them also, by the way, will actually show up in very specific. Actually, he's right here. So some of them, like if they're characters that actually show up as like let's say, NPCs that got burned in a fire, or this guy who shows up as an injured doctor in one of the scenarios, they actually start the scenario in danger. So that's also fun. They start off every scenario limping. They also have stick characters like Mr. Pink, Mr. Gold, etc. Presumably a reference to Reservoir Dogs, who all end up just generally being pretty good characters. I believe Mr. Gold's the best overall, if I recall. Like, one of them has a freakishly huge health pool. Let's see, can she unlock better than Jill, though? I mean, maybe. We'll find out. You know what? We'll just go with one of those variants and find out. So technically, it'll count as if we're using her for this scenario, because this is canonically her scenario. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and have Mr. Infinite Knife over here, and... like, this is one of the ones that I really kind of don't want to have somebody with a gun for. Because there's, like, no... oh, wait, this is the zoo. What the hell am I doing? This is not canonically her scenario at all. What am I doing? Is there even anything to unlock in the zoo? Ah, screw it. You know what? We'll go with the cops. What system is this on? This is on PS2. Unfortunately, this is the only thing it ever released on, which is just downright depressing because it's such a fun idea for a game. Because it takes the kind of classic Resident Evil formula and just makes little micro games out of every one of those scenarios. So they just took a bunch of the ideas that they never could make full games out of and just made small scenarios out of them with a bunch of little different variations. Like in this one where, for example, there's a zombie elephant, and so let's say you kill the elephant, then you're chased by a zombie lion, and then your last boss is a zombie lion, or let's say you kill both of those, and then suddenly it's the lioness that shows up as the final boss. Or let's say you trap the elephant instead of killing it, then it might show up just later as your actual easier final boss and stuff like that. Yeah, it's wild. Coffee vs. Tyrants, not in this one. Though there is one of the scenarios that's a university level in which there's a section where you actually have to chase a tyrant yourself to get a blood sample. What a start. See, this game is actually one of the 3 games alongside Monster Hunter and a racing game that meant to promote PS2 internet thingy. Yeah, it's a really cool thing, and Monster Hunter did the same thing that this game does better, basically. That's more or less what it came down to. Like, if you want modern Resident Evil Outbreak, it's basically Monster Hunter, but also, it's not Resident Evil, so I'm not as interested.
The rescue team's on the way. I'd better hurry. I have kind of a bad feeling about this.
You have a bad feeling about this? What, going into the zombie zoo? What could possibly give you a bad feeling about that? This is great. Alright, so here's the issue with the very start. Very limited weapons and very limited options. Most of the time in this game, you want to be running, is the deal. Let's see, got 1 recovery medicine, got lockpicks, that's what her deal is. Okay, so... okay, she's got the dodge. So every character's actions are a little bit different. Also, Cindy over there will be dead in about 2 minutes, so that will be a thing. Anyway, we'll go ahead and put the green herb over here. I don't know if her dodge has any extra properties. Like, every character's melee, dodge, whatever else works a little differently. So, the reason that we went for the cops here at the very start is hopefully they'll be able to clear out these dudes, and then we can go this way. But there's a lot of little kind of nuanced mechanics to this game that makes me love it a lot. Like I said, the kind of dodges and movements of every one of the characters means that they all can get through different scenarios in kind of just different ways in general.
Yes.
So, let's say in this particular case... is there a gun laying around? I don't see one. I thought there... oh, shoot. Okay, so she's got the back dodge, as we already established. I need this hint book over here. Get first aid spray. Read it. Basically, note just says to check the back of the... sorry, a little bit distracted trying to get around the zombie here. We're just kind of trying to sneak by. See if freaking...
Attention! Help!
Oh, way to badly time that dodge. Anyway. So yeah, all their movements are a little bit different. But for example, let's say somebody breaks through a door, you can just kind of slip through the door before it closes as just a neat little movement trick. Let's say somebody just goes and holds it open for you or holds it closed or whatever else. There's just a lot of little things like that. Anyway, go ahead and just handle that real quick. I don't know if in this difficulty there's... Oh, shoot.
No!
Come on!
Wow, apparently everyone hates this lady. So I should probably mention also that all the characters have different opinions of each other, and we might be screwed already, actually. So...
Come on!
No!
Dude, help! What the fuck is your problem? You two both have guns. Do something about the zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go, finally. Just trying to zip and weave to barely get out of their moves here. So yeah, we were in the bleed status there. That's what that was about. Yes, okay, so that'll open the gate. And now is where Alyssa gets stepped on. Yay! You got an antidote, right? Because you can need it. Oh, God, the plants. I forgot about the frickin' plants. I remember the macaw. I hate the macaw in this level. Oh, shoot, right. We don't spawn inside of it. Go, 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 as they completely skip Alyssa over there, because she's currently just a prop in the stage. Because she's about to be a different prop in the stage when she drops a bunch of herbs, because she's got an herb case. Get it? Okay. Yeah, this, I'm not sure I like this character very much, but whatever, let's go this way. Alrighty. Here is Elephant. A random question, but you ever gotten fake movie trailers? Nah, I got an AI movie trailer about Batman versus Jason Voorhees. I have not, but that sounds pretty badass. Kind of want to see that. Okay, so here's what you do with the elephant. You run from it. So at this point, we hold right. Now, the elephant is generally the lesser threat, believe it or not, between the different things that can chase you around here. It takes a while to climb over the gates. It's relatively slow, and while it can break through gates and such, like there are certain areas where that matters, generally, it's not too bad. Also, which one of you a-holes took an extra gun, Mark?
Excuse me.
Hey, you!
Yeah, what the hell are you doing with taking that extra gun, huh? Here, take the shoddy shells. You might actually need those. I need an actual weapon, please. Thank you. Now we can actually hurt something. Not very well, but that will be relevant in a moment where there's a bunch of angry hyenas. Alright, I don't remember what order to do anything here, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, no, I've gotten a lot of annoying trailers. I know I've gotten, or not trailers, commercials. The most annoying of which is basically anything involving Kevin Hart. Like, that... I've been joking to my wife that it's like this weird thing where for some reason I just cannot escape Kevin Hart everywhere I look. Like, I go to work and there's just Kevin Hart on a poster going and shilling for some kind of health drink. You know, I go and try to listen to something in the background. There's Kevin Hart shilling for more friggin' gambling ads. You know, go to go to listen to something on the radio. There's Kevin Hart again. Like, dude, just stop shilling. At some point, have you shilled hard enough? Also, you know what? Here, you know what? You, sir, give me your magazine. It's kind of dangerous to be by this window, but go ahead and use that thing. So, actually, shoot, one thing I forgot to mention. So all these characters, they have different relationships with each other, and they also have different relationships with their items. So, like, some of them will, like you've potentially seen with Mark over there, will insist that they're doing just fine, and they don't need no healing items. They're perfectly fine going until danger to actually use one of them. So you actually have to tell them to use their healing items. See, when's the last time you played this game? Let's see. I've played it casually every now and then, like at least once a year, but as far as getting all my 100% stuff back, it's been a few years. Like vaguely am aware of a lot of things, but let's see. Okay. We don't need the typewriter yet. That'll just go back to the front area. We'll need that key. I can probably leave this... do we leave the magazine or do we leave the gun?
Excuse me.
Here.
Hey, you!
I'll let you have your spare handgun back. Delay the virus timer a little bit because that's actually the biggest danger in this particular scenario. Get raccoon medals. So these medals are basically how you end up getting a few of the things. Like sometimes it's rifle rounds, sometimes it's the rifle, sometimes it's different keys. But you find these medals all over the place, and you can kind of just get to them as you get to them. There's those lions. They will chase you if you kill the elephant. Easiest way to kill the elephant is the hunting rifle, but there's only like... I think in normal there might be like 5 bullets for it. Let's see. Oh yeah, we did mean to leave that magazine here, huh? Alright, leave that here. See, I don't think I played the sequel to this game, though. How was it? You're looking at it. This is the sequel. Right, need a passcode to use it, so we need the... Yes, okay. So we need the passcode. I don't remember where to get the passcode. I don't think we can do anything with the area to the left here, like the forward left door, because there's an electrical panel that you need to get to in order to unlock that area. So it's kind of just an extra thing here. Also, your AI buddies love to get pulled out the window here, so it's best not to linger around too much, which is why we're going to linger here. Oh, for crap's sake. You can get pulled out too. Let's see. Monkey, bird, cat. Okay. Sure, okay, whatever. I don't know what weird cryptography stuff we're meant to be doing there, but whatever you say. Locked with a simple lock. Cool. I love that we got the lock-picking character. Here, there's this lock. Located right next to an angry elephant. Now I remember why I don't play her very often. Alright. But yeah, they can pull you outside the window as well. So if you kill the elephant, it's easier to get into that. I'm assuming that's probably like a shotgun or a hunting rifle or something. Elephant gun game good against graboids too. I would expect. Unless we're talking about actual Tremors, in which case that movie was freaking awesome. But anyway, yeah, these guys. Oh, damn it, that's why. So that's why you keep a pistol on hand. Ideally, you can just dodge them, but if they make you bleed, you are limping. That's actually, I forgot. That's Cindy's whole deal. Like, so Cindy, the waitress, and all of her variants will start with a handkerchief. Or actually, no, just Cindy, not her variants. So that actually prevents bleeding. Now, these guys are not very tough, but they are a pain in the neck to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that, but also we just absolutely RoboCop that poor hyena. No lighter. We don't need a lighter. You tend to use healing items a little bit early in this game compared with other RE games. Due to the fact that you've got limited inventory space, and especially scenarios like this one, which will have far more healing items available. There's a lot more healing items than there are time or bullets. So generally the zoo is one of those ones that you'll like really kind of feel the pressure to get some puzzles solved quickly. Shoot. Okay, where's he coming from, and what's he doing? He's all the way over there. Alright, that's the dodge. He's gonna try to hug the wall and not get run over. There we go. Like I said, Alyssa got stepped on. Hi, Alyssa, you got stepped on. Take your mixed herbs, and we're out of here. See, missed having ProCow on the streams from the Twitch days. I know, right? We get to actually see some ProCow these days. Yeah, this was originally going to be a One Vision stream, and then I was explaining earlier, like, I accidentally left the Vita running in my pocket for several hours, and then my daughter borrowed it to play some Stardew Valley for several hours, and then I sat down to actually go do the thing, and it's like, oh, hey, there's no battery left in it. So that's fun. So, what do we have? Elephant? So yeah, one thing that this game's really inconsistent on, that if they ever do make a remake, I hope they fix, is that it really expects you to remember what keys go to what. Because, yeah, as it stands, it does not tell you. Also, let's see. Are we able to do anything about this? See if we can unlock this. I actually don't know how her lockpicking minigame actually works. I don't know why she said barf there. Unlock faster, unlock faster, unlock faster. Please unlock faster. Let's try the third lockpick. Now, I vaguely remember somebody telling me that all of the lockpicks will eventually unlock something. It's just a matter of, like, each one of them will work slightly faster or something. But again, this, like, they just don't explain how any of this shit works, so you're just supposed to figure it out. That screen shake. Oh, there we go, finally. Okay, that door is extremely annoying. So that's good. Normally, the screen shaking too? Yes. Oh my god, it's the Death Macaw. Think I'm out of bullets, yep. That macaw is just the bane of my existence, and I hate that thing so much, and that's it. Unless you have a shotgun, it's very difficult to actually hit anything that's up in the air in this game, and that stupid bird can put you into bleeding, and then you just get swarmed and die, so that's fun. Speaking of noises that you're not going to like, welcome to the bee zone. Where we listen for where stuff's happening. Don't yell. You'll piss off the bees. Okay. So, you are not the one who had insecticide. Dang it.
Excuse
Here,
me.
give me bullets.
Hey, you!
Give me bullets, here's life. These bullets won't really do anything against these bees, but it's something. Yeah, T-virus bees, exactly. They will come after you, they will poison you, as can those, tentacles over there. So that's fun, too. I am trying to help you, dumbass. Alright, there we go. Now the bees are everywhere. They are free. What a good time. So now you just kind of randomly get stung in this area instead of just nearby the plant. Right. Gotta check that note from before. There's no pauses during any of this, by the way. Monkey, bird, cat. Right, no power. I don't even remember if that's actually for that puzzle. Oh well. Somehow Umbrella made bees worse, right? So we gotta get power on. To get power on, we need the note, which I want to say is located in, what is it, the keeper's office or whatever? Like the area where you sometimes get the hunting rifle? Looks like your dude is dying. Dude, he's always dying. Like, that's... Your NPC companions are colossally brain dead. It's really funny, actually. Here, buddy, take... No, Mark. Mark, please. No, Mark. Come... Oh, freaking thing. Okay. Here, give me the broom.
Excuse me.
He just got eaten by an alligator, didn't he? My god, Mark. Seriously. Why? Sir. Come on.
Excuse me.
Hey, you! Come on!
Thank you. Oh, don't, no. Why? No. It's a typical day in Florida, right?
Go.
Dude, go. Seriously, like, leave. Yeah, so this is like... This little swamp area, unless there's something that I'm missing to it, is just kind of a pure luck check. If the thing manages to get stuck on the corners or not. It's not a huge swim, but they can definitely get you pretty easily. Once you're past here, it's a little safer, and you start getting a few more resources to actually do stuff. Did the other guy die? No, so they travel around. Sometimes they all join up. Otherwise, your NPC companions are just kind of going to hang out in different zones for a little bit. I think this might be the note I needed. Lion statues, FM54 for what it's worth. 2 rounds left. Crap. Get up.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, that bird is way more dangerous. The reason the bird's dangerous is, again, if it puts you into bleeding, if it gets you stuck, and then suddenly, like, while you're sitting there swatting away the bird, you're all just surrounded by tigers and hyenas and all other kinds of nonsense, you're gonna have a bad time. Anyway. Key right there. Yeah, there's an exit. Alright, what else do we have here? You
Excuse
better
me.
give me that frickin' hunting rifle before you disappear with it. Thank you. Okay, take the metal. Stick. Please use your medicine before you die, thank you. Okay, so. Alright. And by the way, if you're wondering why I'm checking every little corner, so every difficulty, just like a classic Resident Evil, will have just completely different locations for items and such, and I used to primarily play this game on hard, so even normal is just a completely new experience in many ways. Alright. Which is good. At least stuff isn't... At least, while the PTSD is being triggered for how quickly you can get completely taken out in this game. Oh, hell. Alright, that's all I can reasonably provide. Hopefully that kills that thing. And actually, wait a minute. Let's go this way. Not what I meant to do, but screw it. There's no time to go back for that gun now. Go. What do you mean something's blocking it? No, there isn't. Right. Use... There we go. So basically, all Alyssa types kind of did the Dark Souls dodge before the Dark Souls dodge was cool. So there's at least that. She's faster backpedaling than many characters are walking, so that's also nice. Is there a Mrs. Raccoon? I have no idea. No. Use the damn key. Oh man, this game is so weirdly stressful. But that's one of those reasons that I love it. But yeah, let's see. Did the other guy die? So hopefully, if... Oh, please don't put me in a bleeding. Thank you. And the elephant is back. Hopefully from the other side, otherwise we're about to run right into its face. Good, it's coming from the other side. He's limping for his life, so the reason that I'm going into this door is actually to immediately turn around and go back in, because we were being chased. So I'm hoping, if we wait a few seconds...
Come on.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Attention. Hey, you.
There, just use it.
Excuse me.
Oh, hey, you.
Alright, did you use up all the bullets? Or, perfect. That's what I was waiting for. As soon as you hear the noise, you can safely open the door, go underneath the elephant, ignore its gigantic dangly zombie junk, and then go straight through the door in order to hopefully dodge your way into here. You're usually given a little bit of leeway with NPCs reacting to you to be able to get through doors and such. And yeah, you can use that quiet time to get in here. Yeah, Kevin is here for right now. One or both of them are just going to go piss off to some other location at this point. They both might decide to join up here. They might decide to follow. We'll see. Right, I forgot to unlock it.
Give me a hand here.
Yeah, you know what? I normally play with either Kevin or David here, but I'm kind of seeing the appeal of this character now. Because that dodge is freaking awesome. Let's see, FM54. And if you're thinking whether we could enter this before, if you remember, we did check this earlier, so it does actually check whether you found the note in order to let you actually turn things on. So, with the power activated, this opens up a lot more activatable thingies all over the place. That room in particular is super annoying. But what this gives us is access to all kinds of new areas, and yeah, we'll go ahead and make that happen. So that area where we were getting slapped around by an elephant earlier, Mark, you just full healed like 3 seconds ago. How are you dead again?
Come on. Hey.
All right. Anyway. By the way, what's funny is the dialogue. They actually said all their dialogue in the first game, and the second one they just kind of stopped bothering. Alright, what even is this? Line key. Alright, that opens up the last area, I believe. So, let's see. It opens up the area to the tram. Mark is gonna die. I mean, yeah, almost certainly. I would not put his odds very highly right now. Does he have any items we need? Yes, you know what, just give me that gun, dude.
Hey, you.
Yeah, it's very rare that you actually get out of any of these. Like, the zoo scenario, I would say, as I recall, is probably the most likely to leave you with either, like, one or both of your partners just completely toast. Just because, again, their AI does not handle evolving situations very well. So, like, Desperate Times there is a different situation. Because in that situation, it's like, oh, you basically run away from room to room to room. It doesn't give them the chance to do something stupid. And then suddenly you get to the final scenario, and it's one big gunfight. And they can handle, hey, here's 50 guns, blast away indiscriminately. They can figure that out pretty decently. Well, most of the time. Sometimes they'll just walk up straight to a gas canister and blow themselves up, but still, usually they're not entirely brain dead about it. Somewhat, a little bit, most of the time, somewhat. At least one time I saw it happen, but either way, there's a chance. There's a chance. Alright? Alright, dodge, dodge, dodge. Mark's gonna get 8. Alright. We're gonna go through the door. Then we're gonna turn around and go the other way. I vaguely remember where this key goes. Shit. Back through the door. Oh no. Alright, so back through the door. I'm not here, I'm not here, I'm not here, you saw nothing. Good puppies. As in every classic Resident Evil game, you zig, you zag, and the dogs can't really catch you. If you kill them off here, they will just respawn eventually. You might buy yourself a little bit of time, but I need what's left in this handgun to deal with, believe it or not, frickin' lions. We gotta go fight lions now. So if I remember correctly, the way is this way. Yes, okay, so. Open the door, open the door, open the door, open the door, thank you. Alright, so, elephant doesn't chase us here, because the lions chase us here. Yay! It was better until it wasn't. Okay, so. Shit. There it is. I knew it was coming, and it still gets me every time. Aim at the lion. What do you mean, help you? Help me? Oh shit, more lions. Right. Also cool. Yeah, so I think we're dead. Get in the ladder, get in the ladder, get in the ladder, get in the ladder. Okay. This is normal, by the way. Like, this is the normal difficulty. This is just kind of how this goes. This is the first scenario. This game's fair. But yeah, no, they expected people to work together online using commands like go and come on and help and thanks. So yeah, needless to say, again, there were some difficulties due to the fact that apparently it was designed this way to make it so that people couldn't cheese puzzles. Though realistically everyone just kind of looked up guides anyway, so, you know, way to go. But yeah, no, as soon as people put the Japanese version back online these days and all already had the answers to the puzzles, it turns out people were having a frickin' blast with it. Because the puzzles are randomized anyway. Right, I forgot about this part. Okay, so. So now you get tigers indoors. Fun times. Cool. Thanks. Love that. Okay, now we jump up. We jump over here. Need bolt cutters, which we did not pick up earlier to go open that, so we're not going to be opening that very well. We go over here. We need to open up this, or lift up this crane in order to get access to the thing underneath it. Pick up one healing item just in case. There we go. Now that's lifted up. Got a raccoon medal. Now, why are we not fighting that particular lion either? See, we will eventually, but unfortunately all the bullets are in this next room, protected by more lions. All of this is to get a blank cassette tape to go lure the elephant away. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, we'll take the blank tape. Turn on the light so that we can see the shotgun over there, because we couldn't have seen it otherwise. Because it does appear to be a shotgun in this scenario. Let's say this was a rough rental back in the day, never got past the zoo. Yeah, honestly, the scenarios feel like they're in a backwards order, because, like, Desperate Times is, as far as I'm concerned, the easiest scenario. The zoo is way harder than many of the others. Man, chill out, Mufasa, come on. Right, I forgot you can't maneuver there. Shit. You So, here's the cruel irony of the whole thing. Despite the hunting rifle being the weapon designed to kill these guys, Oh my god, dude. You basically are going to have a really hard time actually using it to do that. Sorry, trying to focus on this. I don't think we need any more metals, but we'll remember that metal's there for now. I'm going to try to just escape without actually fighting this thing. Which is going great, by the way. I love that. That's just great. Really cool. Doing this blind sucked. Oh, it absolutely did. Dude, this... like, this game brick-walled me at every turn back in the day. Right, and there's more lions here. I forgot about that. So, this is kind of what the rifle's best for. And we're almost dead, so I really might as well just kind of wing it here. Just gonna try to get some visual angle on him. Try to figure out where the lock is. Now, I believe they work like lickers, where if you don't, like, run, you can just kind of sneak. You're not near dead, you're chilling. Yeah. About that. Okay. Sneak, sneak, sneak. I think we'll just forget the tape. Because I really want that to be the final boss. Okay, it's moving somewhere. Looks like an antivirus over there on the pedestal. The tramway's on, so we need two plaques at this point. So classic Resident Evil puzzle, you need a red plaque, you need a blue plaque in order to actually get the tram doors to unlock, because this place's puzzles make sense. I think on normal you only need one of them, which might be behind more... Oh, shoot, that's what we needed the tape for, because we gotta knock it off the door, don't we? Unless that's the other... Shoot. Alright, plans. Don't got any. Alright. Go around the corner. There we go. So one dead. Which means if we have any NPC partners that actually managed to survive this far, they might actually live getting to the door. So, yeah. I think they're both dead, but it's something. Alright, so we need a blue plaque at the very least, and red plaque, where are you? You're also missing. Cool. Right, so presumably one of them is going to be behind the raccoon medals. What is that? What did I miss? Think they're dead as fuck? Yeah, probably. More than likely. Now, I forget if this thing actually only carries... Okay, no, it does actually have a proper ammo count. Like, this is one of those weird situations where there are pistols laying about everywhere, but they're also not very useful in this area. So you got that going for you. Yeah, but this, like, around this stage is usually when you know whether you're screwed or not, and 40%, that ain't good. We'll go ahead and open up this path for later. Like, this is... Well, I say for later. This is our way back. I don't really have any healing items, so if we get knocked into either caution or get a crit and knocked down, because I believe the lions can crit, then we're just kind of in for a bad time. Okay, dodge the bird. Did not dodge the bird. I hate these macaws so much. Alright. Sorry, Mr. Hyena. Honestly, should be doing more back dodges here. And this is why every Outbreak player's X button was absolutely destroyed as they mashed it trying to get through a door. Yeah, so there's there's stuff everywhere. The zoo, as compared with many of the other areas, just constantly has stuff absolutely everywhere. Okay, there's the elephant, there's those guys. Hey, it's Mark, he's dead. Hi, Kevin, he's not dead. Okay, seriously, dude? Mark got stepped on. Now, currently we have a case of Schrodinger's Kevin over there. Currently he is both alive and kind of dead, depending on a few different things. Here, give me this thing.
Hey, you!
I trust you more with a handgun than I do with a shotgun, so just give me that. Alright, so... Okay, I left the tape. Did he run into the elephant? Yeah, probably. At least the cool thing is, if an NPC gets knocked out, you basically just get all of their stuff like a free secondary backpack. It's just sort of hanging out there. Downside is, I don't remember if I need the tape. Because in some scenarios, the tape is just like... In some cases, you need it in order to get the elephant trapped, and then when you trap the elephant, you close the gate, and it drops the plaque. I believe that's... I think that's mandatory on Very Hard. I don't remember how it is on this one. If you are playing as Mark, by the way, you can also move this thing, which currently cannot do. Or if you have two players, but the AI will never help any of the lighter weight characters move that, so that's kind of multiplayer only, unless you're playing as the big guy. Okay. I'm not sure why they represented him being the big guy as just like him having a beer belly, but whatever. Anyway, why am I back here again? 10, 9... Like, we can just kind of use them as free storage at this point. Alright. Let's get the pistol out. Right, where's the map? Never unlock that door. He's dead there. We need to get to... Where's the enclosure? The enclosure is over here. What did you do? Okay. Well. Anyway, so somewhere approximately this way, unless this is the completely wrong way, in which case it isn't. Alright, so. Forward, right, forward. Gotcha. So we need to go this way. Wait, right? No. This way. Yeah, the other kind of disorientating thing that I don't know how... This is probably one of those reasons that they ended up remaking the concept in a bunch of different ways, is because it's really kind of disorientating as far as figuring out where you're going, because it's always based off of where your character's facing, and then you got to figure out which way the map's facing, then figure out which way the camera's facing. And until you internalize all that, it doesn't really go terribly well. Okay, now is this the right direction? It should be... Shoot, I am looking at the completely wrong thing here, because that's that other thing. That's the lion place. Where's the place with... That's the one I needed. So, totally opposite direction. Whoops. Yeah, I'm gonna say odds of actually succeeding in this scenario are probably somewhere in the ballpark of like 10 or 20% right now. It just kind of depends entirely on how easy those two plaques are to get to in normal. Because there's a decent chance that it's like... Shit. Well, about that whole going this way thing. Your odds are about the same as Mark's survival. It's not wrong. Well, I'm kind of getting Kevin stepped on here, so let's go this way. Yeah, I can't tell you why the hell Mark was just so absolutely keen to get himself destroyed there, but that happens in the stage all the time. I don't know. Yeah, we gotta close the gate. Alright, well... Okay, at the very least, I don't think we have to kill the elephant. Maybe. I don't know. So there's a few puzzles left unsolved. Again, I know the hard route better than I do the normal route for this one. Kind of weird problem. His face grows sad. Bummer. BGM tape. Okay, nifty. Right, they refuse to close the gate unless they have to. There's actually one room I forgot to check. I just noticed. Can you save during it? Yes. Yes, you can. Oh my god, this bird. I hate this bird. Why on earth did they even bother with tyrants? These birds are the worst. Biggest threat in the game are the stupid macaws. That makes this a lot better than... you kind of lose all of your score, though. That's the trade-off. I mean, that is a lot of shotgun rounds, though. Oh, sweet. There's just one right here. Okay, so get rid of that. We'll go ahead and save it. Does score do anything? Yeah, that's kind of entirely what we're going for here. So score is going to unlock new things. So like this character is one of the unlockables. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, scrub brush. So like score unlocks things like right now in order to actually unlock hard mode and very hard mode and infinity mode and nightmare mode and all that kind of thing. Would have to complete all the scenarios on their base difficulties, and then pay the points to actually unlock those, although, thankfully, due to a development oversight, when it comes to the development of just kind of just File 2 in particular, you can actually screw with it a bit, so that, here, hold on, let's use this. Wherever I can use it, I forget. I forget if I'm supposed to just use this somewhere else or whatnot. I feel like that's all you actually have to do, is play it and then they come out. Oh, there he is. I guess he was just kind of on his way. Alright, come do your show. Alright, now he will eventually get out. By eventually, I mean surprisingly quick, actually. It doesn't say what he dropped. Oh yeah, I didn't explain what the hell was going on. So yeah, there was an oversight when it came to development on this game, where you can actually kind of load your kind of game state in terms of your score, as well as your as well as actually resetting your unlocks with two separate saves. So like the way that the process works is, let's say you get like 10,000 points or something, and then you go and unlock it. You transfer your save game to file one, as in like the game file one, and then from there you exit without, like, you basically buy whatever you wanted to buy. You get out of there. You load your primary save from the options menu in the start of the thing. Then you go back and then you transfer the data over, so you basically have your progress and then you also have your points back, and it's a whole thing. So you only have to do it once, basically. Alright, shoddy shells are great, but what about my... Yeah, rifle rounds also great. Forget if this thing can only carry 2. Yes, so... I mean, if that's... Now, can we just shoot it from here, then? Yes, okay, so... Well, he just got out. Okay, I'm gonna see if killing him is gonna give us the thing or not. I'm assuming probably not. I'm gonna say the odds are next to none that this works. I mean, the damage carries over, so there's that. But for the life of me, I have no idea where to get these things now, unless... Okay, options at this point are basically to go back to the lion area. Actually, one of them is going to be underneath that crane. I never went underneath a crane. So that's going to be probably one of them. The other one might be under the metals. Okay, well, he's not going to be showing up to the fight. Okay. Okay, so at the very least, I know where one of them is. I probably should not have been doing this when kind of tired, but oh well. Shoot. Now, he does keep running away. So what's funny is the way that this guy runs away. He actually does work like a Monster Hunter monster in a way, where if you do damage him hard enough, he does eventually get to the point that he's just always on the run. And then you end up fighting him later. So you get to see more of the kind of Monster Hunter crossover than you usually would expect. Alright. Please, lion, be nice, because I do not have the health to fight you. And technically, while that door is unlocked at this point, I know I unlocked it earlier, this area is closer to that little thingamadeal. So hopefully we can just kind of grab it and leave. Thinking about it, I'm not really sure which direction has less lions at this point. I feel like hard mode actually has less lions now that I think about it. Thankfully, unlike the dogs and the hyenas, these guys do not have a bunch of iframes, so there's at least that. Also, this thing control you, where it just kind of drops on your head. I have died to that before. Yep, like that. So you want to inch forward to it. Gigantic middle finger to whatever dev thought that was a fun idea, by the way. That is a complete dick move and nothing else. Because it actually does a pretty decent whack of damage, and yeah. Not really a fun way to lose a save when you're this far into a scenario. So I'm going to assume that the last thing is behind some raccoon medals. So we got that. So I know there's at least one raccoon medal. Okay, what items have you picked up? Just some... Alright. Alright, Mr. Cabin. Alright, well, he needed those, but he left. Okay, guns in the observation deck, we already know that. Alright, so I'll pick up the medals. I don't even... Maybe we just go drop off the emblem first. Because I think it needs like 5 medals for the next thing, and I only know at most where one of those is. And, you know, lions, so... If you could aim and shoot a little faster, that'd be great. God's sake. There we go. And at the end of all that, they're just like, here you go, your reward is a knife. Sense of humor. Alright, so 1 raccoon medal, we can trade that last shell for that. What the hell's this over here? Just pamphlet. And another medal. Alright. Go ahead and drop the rifle. I want to say, if it is 2 more, I want to say at least one of the scenarios gets you more rifle bullets if you drop it, but I don't know. See, love your channel. This game is the best RE has to offer. Needs a remake. Thank you. And yeah, no, it totally needs a remake. I wish it would get one. Yeah, thankfully, this area doesn't really repopulate, so that's nice. So we'll drop this off here. So we still need the blue one, wherever that is. We have 3 raccoon medals, so with any luck, that's all we need. Should probably go pop that blue orb over there, because we're almost at the top of the virus meter. This is getting rough. Yeah, I'm not as worried about ammunition and such, because past a certain point here, we're actually going to get a bit of a reload. So, like, right before you go into the final area, they got a decent chunk of pretty much everything you need to beat the final boss, and especially since in this case the final boss is going to be the elephant, we should be relatively solid. Just take one. Let's put him down a little bit. And then we just go through here. Because if I recall correctly, I think there's at least 2 boxes of shotgun ammo and at least 1 of rifle ammo, which should be more than enough to get the job done. Hopefully. Still need to go back for the rifle. Still need to see what these 3 medals get us. Because if it's not that other plaque, then I don't know what we're doing. This door is open at this point. I forgot to mention that it opened. Probably should have mentioned that sooner. What's that, a magazine? It's a 45 magazine, so that's going to be for Kevin. Unfortunately, though, because the elephant is no longer trapped, he's also going to be here doing his thing. So we can't really go check what's in that locker. And he's not going to leave as long as we're in here, and I'm pretty sure both of the backup NPCs are dead at this point, which is a shame because having at least one for the purpose of having them be a meat shield is pretty nice. Thank you for not being helpful at all, Mr. NPC. Well, I'm glad you guys are having fun. I was kind of worried that the people would get annoyed at this. Alright. Yeah, 5 medals. So I don't even know where to get any more of those. Right. Anything on the desk? What about here? Anything in here? No. Finally unlock this door that's been locked since the very beginning. We'll go ahead and use the typewriter again. I know this is going to screw up everything, but again, this one is one of those ones you really don't want to redo over and over. Desperate Times, I'm glad doing that one over and over. For farming points in the first one, doing the hospital over and over is just fine, but like, dude, doing this one over and over is no fun. In fact, actually, this entire zone, like, I don't know if any of y'all ever played it, but it reminds me a lot of the Men in Black Resident Evil game that they made forever ago. Yeah, it's weird to me that that game does not get mentioned more, because it was such a cool idea. But, like, the first scenario in that game, like, I almost feel like it could have been the inspiration for Resi Outbreak. Did anyone ever play that Men in Black game? Because part of the reason that it probably doesn't get mentioned as much is just because it was just called Men in Black. Just like every other Men in Black game. So it makes it very difficult to tell which one's what. Because usually it's the PlayStation 1 version that ends up coming up, and it's a totally different game that's got nothing to do with the other one at all. But yeah, no. It's pretty solid, actually. How do I get back there? Let's see. Best way at this point. Oh, look at you being alive. Good for you. Alright. Not for long, but hey, at least you did something. Yeah, he's gonna just limp along, sir. Just limp along. Alright, let's just go forward. See if there's a medal over there. Because there's an elephant coming that way, and that's not a good time. But yeah, so for anyone that never played that Men in Black game, basically the general idea was, first stage of the thing, it was just like to chase through New York from the first movie. But the second one was this Antarctic base, right? And in it, Essentially, what's going on is that you are trying to find some alien dude doing alien stuff, and you got Will Smith throwing in, one-liners, or at least somebody doing a Will Smith impression. Now, the crazy thing is, they threw in this whole weird virus mechanic into that first scenario. So, like, once you get there, you're already basically infected. So you're quietly on a timer that it doesn't really hint at, aside from, your character repeatedly starting to cough more and more. So you're quietly on a death timer the moment that you get there. And you have to figure out that you're supposed to go use, like, a blood sample or something in order to go get yourself out of there. And, I don't know, just weird game, man. Just, like, weirdly designed overall. I don't know what they were really thinking with that one, but either way, cool idea in general, I suppose. But for every one of those missions, you kind of just pick your own custom loadout whenever you head out. So, like, as soon as you leave, it's like, oh, you get, like, take a noisy cricket, or you take one of the kind of standard, like, laser handguns or whatever else that they have on hand. And realistically speaking, the laser handguns are the only one you should really ever go for. It seemed like most of the other stuff, either it has next to no ammunition or whatever else, and you can't really reload at any point, so you just have whatever you took with you. Again, weird game. Alright. Time to take even more score losses. Alright. Holy crap, we've been at the scenario for an hour. Okay. Okie dokie, so, here's the plan. I'm thinking at least one of them is probably hidden in that plant area. Take at least a few pot shots here and see if I can get these dang birds. I've got one. That's good enough. Let's go ahead and just kind of use that for the time being, because really the virus timers... Oh, these birds, I swear. Yeah, evilest animals in gaming. These birds better be on there. Anyway, virus timer's more likely to kill us at this point than the actual health meter. But okay, now that the power's back on, let's go check that note. So we get immediately re-poisoned. Okay, not that. Monkey, bird, cat. Okay. So bird is second. I have to find the monkey. I think there's a metal over there somewhere. Damn. This area is so frustrating. There's one metal. These are also birds. Please be an anti-poison or something. Nope. Also, I love how they, for the ground texture, they used a bunch of random, like, pictures of trash or whatever, and you can see an air freshener over there on the right. Alright, so I'm not sure what the monkey bird cat is about, but we'll hope that's all working right. Now, the one way you can actually deal with these is using that insect repellent that Kevin was carrying around, which we do not have. Alright, so there's the blue crest. Good. So we don't need the metals anymore. Combine's gone. Now I'm just looking for like an anti-poison or something. There we go, perfect. Nope, keep the shotgun, give me those herbs. Actually, come to think that I have absolutely no idea where that door opened up. So that's a thing, too. Okay. Right. Take the other magazine out. Got all this stuff. Find the thing. Exit the room. And once we have that, we can use the healing item and be done here. Okay. Don't get bead, 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 and freedom. Okay. It's something. It's something. Thankfully, your virus timer is different on every level that you go to. Shoot, this is not the way I meant to go. Which means it's alligator time. Please go away, birds. Like I said, worst birds ever. I hate these birds. Like, this is just plain cruel. Go away, birds. Oh my goodness. Alright. There we go. So this gets us at least close to the door. There we go this way. And just kind of desperately try to make it to the front gate. Hopefully there's healing items, and we should have enough firepower to hopefully end the fight right then and there. There's no time to go back for the... Actually, there is time to go back for the rifle, because it's right here. Okay, so we'll put the thing in. And then hopefully, I think there's another packet of rifle rounds there. We reload the rifle, reload the shotgun, ditch the pistol, because it's completely worthless at this point. Why would you lock your zoo like this? This seems extremely inconvenient. Alright. There should be at least a few more shotgun rounds there, and then that should should be it. Dude, again, it's no shocker that this game didn't sell or review terribly well, but it's such a cool idea, though. You know? Like, for all the frustrations and stress that comes with playing it, it's like, it's such a genuinely cool game. Yes, I know virus timer, I know. I'm trying. I'm trying to get there, okay? Also, conveniently, this one shotgun shell we left here earlier. Pretty useful. Okay, finally. Let's go and get out of here. Having some sort of additional healing item would be great, because I think we've got, like, maybe 5 minutes left on the timer before she's dead. So, having some sort of answer to that would be nice. And as much as I was hoping to run through all the scenarios here, I think this might not be the last one for tonight. Right. So through the gateway. And there should be a loot pile, then we just collect a bunch of stuff. And then hopefully next time that there's a option for a stream here, that's when we'll be able to do more Tactics Ogre type of stuff. Shoot. Okay, elephant's here. Alright. Now seeing as nobody else made it, right. Good. Get aggressive there. Just need him to be a little bit distracted. Right, shoot, don't have any more shoddy shells. Shoot. Come on. Oh, come on, let me look at my inventory, damn it. Like, that's one of those downsides here, because, like... I'm over here trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing, and I can't even look at my inventory. I accidentally threw away my shotgun. Apparently you can't go that way. Get this back. What's this? Oh, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. Alright. Alright. So there are more shoddy shells over here. That does a good job of distracting him. This way. Still a couple more healers in the arena, too. This might be possible, I don't know for sure yet. Right. Shit. Alright, there's another full heal around the corner, so it's probably worth taking the full heal here. Actually, no, it isn't. Wow, surprisingly. Well, I mean, now it is. Oh, boy. That was a different sound all of a sudden. So it's like I saw that thing break through buildings where you're thrusting through a tiny little wrought iron thing will prevent you from it, or protect you from it, right? At this point, just take the fade. Also, I love how the lock-on will just, like, work instantly at close range, but this longer range, like, what? Aim at that thing? What do you mean? Also, I love how there's a custom reload command in, like, or a quick reload command in every Resident Evil game except apparently this one. It might be there somewhere. I don't know for sure. Also, I think he can tear this thing down. So that's all the bullets. Yeah, like, he just broke through that. So yeah, that's all the bullets, though. That's okay, I got this stick. Actually, there's a stick and a knife here specifically for David, because the spear is really good against certain bosses, like this one. But instead, I just have a stick and a knife. Oh, well, there's a red herb. I guess that allows for making a full heal anyway. Which I'd combine with a green herb if I could see half my screen. Alright. So now this guy is basically a Dark Souls boss. Let's get him to charge somewhere. I'm gonna poke him with a big stick. Please die. As unfortunate as this looks, please die. Shit. Alright. Also, if you're thinking like, oh, well, that's okay, you got a melee weapon, he's kind of slow and chunky and whatever. So these melee weapons break after a few hits. So that's fun. So basically, whatever ammo is left on this stick and the knife is all that's left to make this even kind of possible. Now, he should be low for what it's worth, but, like, honestly, I'm a little bit surprised he's not already toast, because I know that the health care is over here. Hit him. Alright, so that's the stick broken. Which means there's just the knife left now. Let me remind you, first level. Oh, for God's sake. Can I please at least hit him? Yeah, I think this is a done deal at this point. Come on. Oh, the camera angle changed. I got real hopeful there for a second. Yeah, I think Resident Dark Souls might be toast here. Come on. Yep. Oh, that's that. That is so annoying. Man. That is super annoying. But yeah. One more step. Yeah, I know, right? We can reload the save and bring more stuff. Nah. I don't feel like redoing that. Basically, the answer is just like, don't do that one with that character, to be honest. Like, she helped with one door and was a complete liability in all other ways. Like, I forget exactly how the multipliers work or any of that, but yeah, I know, like, this dude is pretty much good across the board at everything. And it's so much easier with help from your NPCs. Yeah, that's the other thing. It also would help if they didn't die with, like, the 100 handgun rounds on them. So, that would have been helpful for one thing. Would have been helpful to have somebody else doing something, but realistically, that last bit is just an ammo check. So, apparently, on normal, there's less ammo than there is on hard. I'm not sure what that's about. At least as far as I recall anyway, because normally you would bring like 3 rifle rounds up to potentially 5, if I recall correctly. Then you would bring your shoddy shells, then basically just kind of unload, give all your pistols to your NPCs, and then they just unload on the guy. They both wound up very dead, which again happens in this scenario a lot. That's just kind of how that goes. But yeah, in general, like, she wasn't doing very good with melee weapons, which obviously makes sense. She's functionally speaking, you know, a reporter. She's not exactly going to be much of a fighter. Normal version, like if you're using her normal version, rather than just one healing item, they actually will come with a stun gun, which is at least useful for a lot of the early game self-defense. So it's kind of interesting as far as how they balance all these characters, just the kinds of items that they actually come in with to make their lives a little easier. Like, both the 2 handgun guys will just come with bonus magazines, so they have double the ammo capacity that they had in the first game. But this means, again, like, this dude just comes out on top every situation. Like, if you like, take the time to do the slow aim thing this dude does, it's just basically 14 free kills that they get as their starting inventory, which is very, very useful, plus the sidekick, which is faster than most of the other moves. This guy, very good with melee weapons, basically has 30 rounds at the very start, which isn't actually that good. The basic pistol is kind of iffy, but it helps. It's an ammo type that's always available. It basically gives him a free inventory slot, and he's good with melee weapons. This dude's good with dodging things. Also gets a bunch of, as strange as it sounds, this guy starts with a lucky coin. They flip the lucky coin, and they get criticals. This dude is a crit build. So that's a thing. Doctor guy, don't like the doctor guy. Spear, if we had the option to make a spear with this guy, that last boss probably would have been toast. I know it's the elephant and I believe the liquor in the hotel map that end up benefiting a whole bunch. So like the fire map, that ended up doing really well with his, specifically his crafted weapons. Like they had some sort of multiplier or something. The one with the backpack, yeah, also very, very useful because she just has double the inventory of everybody, so she just kind of can hoard items the entire time, so very useful there too. But anyways, though, so that's going to have to be that for tonight, though. I have to get to bed and all that. See, Backpack Girl is just useful when you don't know the maps. Just grab everything. Exactly. And you can go as her zombie version, like right here. And then you get 2 Backpack Ladies instead. Actually, wait, right? You can't select her? Interesting. You can go double Kevin's, but apparently you can't go... I guess technically because you are playing as her zombie version. Hold on. Can you play as her other variants? These ones... Let's get some ridiculous backpacks. Yeah, okay. I guess she doesn't have other variants in this case yet. It's the only one I have. Okay.
Outbreak.
Well, fine.
Yes.
But yeah, so I think next time we'll be covering this one. I'll probably have everything unlocked. We can do some like very hard and stuff like that, because this is where this game starts. Like, it starts very unfair, and then it just goes up from there. It was clearly made to have 3 people working in tandem, but this means that the single-player experience is very borderline non-playable in some cases. But again, I feel like it's the most survival horror of those survival horror games, you know? So, I really like it for that reason. I'm gonna shove one of those in there. Go shove the antivirus in there. Just shove everything in your backpack. This character's great. So what do you go with this lady? Get some 45 auto rounds. We'll go ahead and throw them in the backpack too if we run across a Kevin type. She is very slow at running though. Alright. Yeah, she has, let's see, a push and a fall down. Which is funny because it's also a 180. She actually got the Resident Evil 180 before anyone else did. Fun. Although, I'm not really sure why she's listed as the zombie variant of her. Maybe she's just, like, the younger variant or something. I don't know. But, clearly not a zombie. Alright, anyways, so I'm going to have to wrap it up there for today, though. So that'll be about that. Y'all have yourselves a good one. Thank you for stopping by on this weird little thingamajig here. And have yourselves a fine evening. Alright, take